Hey guys, it's Bree and I just finished filming a book review, so I figured I'd update you on what I'm reading this month so far, because it is October, kind of spooky month, and I'm reading a couple good things. From my Kindle, actually, I got a book I was not expecting to be able to read this year because the wait at my library was at least 6 months. It's still in hardcover, it's really hard to find, and that is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno. She has a hyphenated last name. Moreno-Garcia. And that is basically a 1950s, how would you describe it? It's a 1950s Gothic horror set in Mexico, which sounds amazing, and I was very excited to read it, but I just figured I wouldn't be able to read it this year, and a couple days ago it went on sale for $2.99 on Kindle. So I was very excited. I picked it up. I'm already over a third of the way through it, and it is definitely creepy. Definitely very cool though. I like some of the different things, and the main character is an anthropology student, which if you don't know, that's what I did for undergrad. I love anthropology, so I get a lot of the references, brings up Cesar Lombrosa and the criminal typing based off physical appearance, which of course is a pseudoscience, it's recognized now, and just other famous anthropologists and things like that throughout time, so that's kind of cool to get hints of that. And then obviously living in the Southwest, have a lot of influence from Mexico on culture things, so it's kind of cool. And I don't read too much about the 1950s, so far I'm really liking that one. And then from my library, I am currently reading 4 things. We'll see if I actually finish any of them. I'm actually rereading the Stieg Larsson Millennium, I believe it's Millennium trilogy, because those were published posthumously. He died, and then all the newer books that are coming out are written by somebody else. So I reread Girl with Dragon Tattoo 2 weeks ago, and now I'm rereading The Girl Who Played with Fire. Sorry, the books are right here. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I knew I had only read part of it before, but I'm actually almost halfway through now listening to the audiobook, and I'm remembering everything, and it's a good series. If you like Scandinavian mysteries and kind of twisted investigative journalism, I do recommend reading these. I read them when I was 16, so it's kind of nice revisiting them 10 years later. And then I checked out, so I originally checked this out in ebook version, and I just wasn't getting into it, so I decided to try the audiobook, and it actually came up super early on my waits. And it is The Outsider by Stephen King, which I think is a man is witnessed right before a little boy dies, being with the little boy and everything, but he actually has an alibi, so it's kind of he's in 2 places at one time. It's one of the newer Stephen King books. I haven't read too many of his newer ones. And then I also have Spook by Mary Roach, which is investigating the science of the afterlife and like the belief but actual scientific evidence of it. So that's kind of a cool look at it. I really liked her book Stiff, which is about the study of cadavers and things like that. What are they used for in science? And then Bonk, which is somewhere over here, which is the coupling of science and sex, which is basically the history of the field of sex studies. And she interviews a bunch of people that are currently working in it, as well as looking at the past. So she's a really cool investigative writer of different topics, and I was excited to read this one. And then I finally have Shorefall by Robert Jackson Bennet. I'm really excited to start that one. I read the first book, which I think is up there, yeah, Foundryside, last year, and it's actually a really great fantasy book. It's an adult fantasy if you're looking for it, and it's really funny, and there's a talking key, and I just really like it. Is my camera focused? It looks really unfocused, but that might be my eyes. So I'm reading way too many things, and of course I'm still reading Aurora Burning, and that's the second book in the Aurora cycle. I think that's what those are called. So I'm reading way too many things as per usual, but I am very, very excited about Mexican Gothic. So if you're looking for a spooky read, then you're a big fan of Gothic horror and kind of the slower, creepy tales, or have any interest in anthropology, Mexico in the 1950s, spunky protagonists, I definitely recommend that one. It's good so far. I'm kind of hoping it stays just as creepy as it has been. But yeah, that's what I've been reading the past week. Probably finish at least half of those books, but we'll see. I tend to DNF now that I have a library card more with less guilt. benefit of a library card, you can DNF and not feel bad. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys next week. I have on Tuesday a video of 5 middle grades that are perfect for kind of Halloween, since trick-or-treating is canceled this year for the most part, kind of, depending on where you live. You get it. But creepy books that younger kids and junior high age would really like. So check back for that one, and I'll have another review next Thursday. Happy reading!